The official market breakdown has come out for 2024. And we're talking about units moved. Okay? Units moved. Units that were shipped. Now, the one thing we do have to take into consideration here is that... Oh, hold on. Hold on. Because Nika's in the chat.
I don't like men no more. I said I like women.
Shout out to Nika in the chat. So good to see you here. But yeah, so let's talk about this. The market breakdown for 2024 just came out. And it turns out that the big three ain't going nowhere. I don't know if y'all saw this report that just came out, but we just got these market breakdowns for how many units were actually moved. Now, let's be 100% here. Cam Mackey, you already kind of stole it from me. He says, if we remove Best Buy numbers, I think the big three would be different. Look, at the end of the day, we're talking about units moved. So you are talking about stuff that's sold through your big boxes, your Walmarts, your Best Buys, your Sammy's cameras, your B&H's. Like, we're talking about the cameras that are actually being sold. All right? We're talking about cameras that are actually being sold. In first place, and wildly... Gosh, I am so glad that Jarrell is not here this week. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. Because this man would be running laps around this office. As he say, the best music. The Canon is in first place by far. Canon is in first place selling 3.53 million units. Owning 43.2% of the market. Look, I know I'm part of that problem because I bought a few Canons. I don't know if I bought Canons last year. Maybe 2023 I bought Canons. I can't think. I don't know if I bought any Canons last year. I might have bought an R7. Oh, you know what? I did. I bought an R7. Yeah, I might have helped to that Canon number. My one measly purchase. But Canon is dominating the market right now at 43.2%. In second place, selling 2.33 million, is Sony at 28.5% of the market. Now, if y'all can do some quick math, what you'll realize is that most of the market is gone, y'all. Most of the market is already gone. Rounding out third place is Nikon at 960,000 units. Of course Jarrell shows up right now. Y'all, chat, tell me what Jarrell's... Look, of course he misses the first story where we're talking nice things about Sony, and this man shows up for this story. Dang, I'm not even on the show for 1 week, and everybody show up. Look, of course he shows up right now. Of course Jarrell shows up in the chat right now for this story. Wild. Look, Jarrell, Cam Mackey says, somebody block Jarrell. Look, that's crazy to think. Canon's in first place at 43%, Sony in second place at 28%, and Nikon's in third place at 11%, chat. At 11%? Yo. So this means now what we're looking at is a situation where you don't have a whole lot of percentages left, because unlike the way some people like to do math in this country, percentages can only add up to 100. All right? Percentages can only add up to 100. So what we're looking at is a genuine problem. A genuine problem for everybody else. So I'm gonna break down to you guys real quick, because I gotta look this up real fast, because I want to make sure I got these numbers right. So what we're looking at now, we're looking at in fourth place is Fuji, chat. In fourth place is Fuji at 740,000 units, and they take up 9%. 9% of the market. And you want to know what's crazy? In fifth place is Panasonic. Fifth place is Panasonic at 280,000 units, only bringing in 3.4% of the market. Chat, that is diabolical. That is a diabolical stat that I'm reading. And this is just market. Now, I got to give a little bit of context here. The brands send out their numbers. Now, the truth is that sure, maybe Canon, Sony, Nikon cooking the books a little bit. But truthfully, I don't think they are. Because everybody could, and it'd be very easy to fact check them. Because all their numbers are made public because they're all publicly traded companies. So it's insane to me to think about the fact that Canon owns 43% of the market, Sony owns 28%, and leaving only 11.7, almost 12 for Nikon, less than 10 for Fuji, and less than 4 for Panasonic. So when I ask who is in the big three, those are hard numbers to try to knock off. I don't know how you knock off those type of numbers. Now I'm scrolling back up in the chat right now. And I'm trying to see if anybody's fighting me on these numbers. Stanley said, well, this list resolves a few of my life problems. It don't. Because I don't think these numbers 100% indicate who's making the best cameras, but I do think that these numbers indicate who's selling the most cameras to the biggest fan base. For example, my son I told you guys my son's in school, or he's in junior high, and he just joined the photojournalist team. And they needed cameras for the kids to be able to use. Now, y'all know I have a lot of cameras. One of the cameras that I have a few extra of in this situation was an R7. I asked him, I said, hey, do you want to shoot on one of the Canons? You can take the R7. I got a kit lens, the 18 to 135, which is great for him because he's taking pictures at their school sporting events, right? He was like, oh yeah, that's great because Canon is what the rest of our school is shooting. Y'all, there's a reason why the schools are shooting Canon. It's because it's easier. And let's face it, they have a lot of different cameras at different price points that are easy to get into. All right, so if you enjoyed this clip, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button because we would love for you to join the community. Here, we're just a bunch of nerds who love camera gear and love talking about it every single week, which we do live at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that and you don't miss any of the other clips.